ultra-low altitude flight that sent chairs and umbrellas flying on Florida's Pensacola Beach Wednesday morning. Navy officials say the jet flew below its standard arrival profile during a Breakfast with the Blues event. No injuries were reported. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street in Woonsocket. This is WOON AM and FM.
WOON Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Let's do that. It's Coffee Ann right here on ON Radio on Thursday morning, July 18th. Thanks for joining us this morning on this Thursday. I'm Joe Callahan. Bob Lauder's here. Hey, Bob.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Good morning to you. Greg Agnon is here as well. Hey, Greg.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sue Tessia McKenzie could not be with us this week. She's recouping.
Hope she's doing well.
We do hope she's doing well.
Because she's the best dressed of all of us.
And, gee, I don't know about that.
Without my legal assistant, I'm on my own.
We gotta go.
We'll go 1980s easy. All over again.
We gotta go easy on the legal questions for Bob. But our first segment sponsor is Chestnut Hill Insurance Group and Wealth Management. What's happening at your office, Greg?
Well, that'll be interesting to tell you about. A lot of people come up to me and they ask, Greg, what should I invest in at this particular point in time? And they mention...
Plastics.
What's that?
Plastics.
Yeah, right.
From the Graduate. That's right.
Yeah. Or what was the other one? No, I don't know. But anyways, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, all the usual suspects, CDs, ETFs, and the dreaded Bitcoin, which thankfully I've never invested a nickel in. But the answer to that question, which I invest in now, is that it depends. It really depends on a number of things. For an advisor to recommend the same thing 100% of the time would be malpractice. Mm-hmm. So basically what it does depend on is your time horizon for the investment, liquidity needs, your tolerance for risk, family dynamics, and general market conditions. So at Chestnut Hill Insurance Group and Wealth Management, I am a certified financial planner and have your best interest in mind 100% of the time. And we'll give you an objective voice as far as what types of investments or combination of investments are best for you. So you can reach me at 401-762-4500.
Do people come in and say, and just use as an example, I want 100 shares of Fly By Night Corporation, and you're like, I've watched Fly By Night, and I really wouldn't do that.
Interesting question, because in the last 3 weeks, there was a lot of hype for SpaceX, the Elon Musk company.
Okay.
And I had two of my most conservative investors have nothing but fixed income securities come in and want to buy SpaceX, okay. And I had to talk them off the ledge and basically let them know that they'd be launching their money into space. I mean, it could
come back.
It could do well. Who knows? But it doesn't fit their risk profile, so I would turn them away. And the fly-by-nighters, we don't mess with anything that's not an investment grade security.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
sounds very well defined.
Yeah. All right. So Bob, I know you're not following this, but maybe Greg is. But we're coming down to the end of the World Cup.
Yes.
All right. Argentina beat England last night. 2-1.
England at the very last part of the game.
How about that?
So they'll have a consolation game.
Consolation?
Saturday. Well, who comes in third? So that'll be England and France.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they're going to play each other on Saturday, and whoever wins says, "Yay, we're number 3." Is basically what they get to say.
The bronze medal.
Yeah. And then the final game will be on Sunday, Argentina versus Spain.
That should be crazy.
It should be.
Yeah.
I don't know where the France and England game is being played. Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know where that's being played.
In the middle
Argentina
of the
and Spain. Funny. Argentina and Spain is going to be played at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey.
Okay.
That's where that's being played. So,
wow.
There you go. If you want to get tickets, best of luck.
Oh yes, I imagine.
Mortgage the house.
Possibly.
Yeah, mortgage the house. Definitely.
All right, a little closer to home. So this doesn't affect Greg. It doesn't affect me. But Bob, we're all set with who's going to be on the ballot this coming fall for Woonsocket.
Oh.
All right?
Woonsocket. How many people? This is for the city council, right?
City council, mayor, school committee.
Oh, they all have more than 2.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right.
So for mayor, and we're going to give you the candidates in alphabetical order. So we're not. I'm not putting someone ahead of someone because this is who I think you should vote for. We're just going in alphabetical order. So these are the 4 that will be on the ballot that passed in their papers, got everything certified. So current mayor Chris Beauchamp, Woonsocket City Council President Dan Genren, woman by the name of Ermi London Adams Crawford.
Wow.
And Donald Martone. There's a 5th person, if you follow the social media, and I do, that is launching a write-in campaign. I think his name is Joseph Jabot, but I'm not positive on that. He didn't make it onto the list, didn't get enough signatures or whatever, and so, but he's saying, "Oh no, write me in. I'm the best candidate." So
good luck.
So, yeah, technically, there is a 5th person, but a 5th person won't be on the ballot. Okay. So that means we'll have a primary or a preliminary vote on Wednesday, September 9th. You got to narrow the mayor down to 2. So that's going to take place on September 9th. Then we'll have the general election on November 3rd.
I would imagine that the last 3 that you've identified, Edo Crawford, Martone, and Jabot.
Genren.
No, Genren and Beauchamp are well known.
Yes.
They have records. Genren served as interim mayor after Lisa Baldelli Hunt was out the second time, or the first time rather, and Beauchamp's been mayor for a while. So you have positive records that you can look at and say these guys have accomplished some good things. The last 3, they're going to have to do some serious campaigning to have their names recognized at all, I think.
They are, and they're. I've seen Don Martone out at different places. He's trying to get his name out there and what he wants to do. I haven't seen anything from Ermi Crawford, and the other guy's just all on Facebook and X and doing something there.
When would the primary be?
That'll be September 9th.
Just around the corner.
It is coming up quick. So for city council, it's a 7-board member, and 13 are up for election, which means there is no primary. It all because it's got to be over half. So they go right to November 3rd. So there'll be a lot of campaigning for this. So in in alphabetical order, we've got former mayor Lisa Baldelli Hunt, James Canoyer, Michael Disney, Michael Dubois, Damon Flynn, Valerie Gonzalez, Alana Gordon, Sharon Harmon, Roger Gillette Sr., Dennis Kotal, Robert Marquis, Denise Sierra, Michael Warner.
Wow.
So there you go.
Big field.
13 to get it down to 7. Now, the easy one is the school committee. This is a body of 5, and all 5 said they wanted to be reelected. And then we had one other person said, "Oh, I want to be on the school committee too." So it was 6 running for 5 spots. And then one of the incumbents either decided, "Nah, I don't want to run for election," didn't return their papers. So there's 5 people running, and there's 5 slots. So they basically got to show up and vote for themselves, and you're in.
That's it.
Unless there's a big write-in campaign, but I'm not gonna entertain that right now. So here we go.
So the 6th person is on the ballot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They return their
kind of a shoe-in.
All they got to do is vote for themselves. So here for school committee in alphabetical order: Paul Bourget, Donald Burke, Martin Crowley, Lynn Kapiskas, Alan LeClaire. Obviously, no primary for this either. We go right to the election on Tuesday, November 3rd.
Wow.
Great.
So there you go. Those are your choices.
The school committee doesn't get a whole lot of publicity, so that identifying
only when
people
things
on
go
that,
wrong.
Yeah, identifying people who serve on that and their qualifications is a little bit more difficult than the city council.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, where I come from in Gloucester, the school committee is getting a lot of publicity because of some missteps in the budget, and also
nothing illegal, I hope.
Well,
maybe
questionable. Way overspending the budget, and then some other incidences that were covered up as far as a teacher potentially molesting a child. So it's a big thing in our town.
Is that Pontiac High School?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The gym teacher.
The gym teacher. You got it. I wasn't sure
how
much I could say about that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yay.
Maybe it's a good thing our city council doesn't have a high profile.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Not city council, school committee.
School committee.
Yeah.
City council does have a high profile.
They just the school committee comes up when we've had our issues over at the school. There's the fights going on and kids with weapons and things like that, and that's when you get school committee coming out and saying we should do this and this and this kind of thing. They don't have to worry about that situation that your school committee
that's a mess
has got to worry about.
I think part of it is when the radio station broadcasts the city council meetings. So there's a lot more knowledge about what's going on with the city council.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So police arrested a Woonsocket man drunk driving. He was involved in a very serious crash. Sent 3 people to the hospital. This happened on July the 10th over on Elm Street. Looked like he T-boned a car or an SUV, and the SUV flipped over.
Wow.
And ended up right up against Michael's Bar and Grill. Or I'm not sure the actual name of the place over there on Elm Street. A black Nissan SUV passing through the intersection at Elm Street, and it got the T-bone the SUV as they were going through the crossroads. No stopping, not even slowing down. The SUV rolled over. Michael's Food and Spirits, that's the name of it, on Elm Street. A woman riding with the person that was arrested suffered a head injury. 2 people in the SUV were also injured. Everybody had to go to Rhode Island Hospital and get checked out.
To knock the SUV onto its side, it must have been quite a forceful impact from the other vehicle.
They did a standard field sobriety test on this person, Michael Hegna. He's 34 of Woonsocket. Hegna totaled 7 of 12 clues indicating impairment on the walk and turn and the one-legged stand test.
I can't even do that.
One leg, down you go.
I think that, the one-legged stand test, I think, would have to be based on the age of the individual who's being tested.
Yeah,
because as you get older,
I know it's tougher to do.
I could not stand on one leg for a long period of time.
Well, he's 34.
Good.
So I think someone 34 should be able to do the one-legged test and not.
And he's a
over.
flamingo.
There you go.
No, it's not easy to do.
He's a flamingo.
Now, he also refused to allow the police to conduct any breath or chemical test on him to measure how much he'd allegedly been drinking. Now, in Rhode Island, Bob, can you refuse the breathalyzer at the scene and then do it at the police station? Is that okay? I'm not sure what the actual rules are in Rhode Island.
You can certainly refuse it anywhere.
Okay.
I don't know if there's been a serious period of time between the time of the accident and the time you get to the police station for you to then make an acknowledgement you'd want to do it. If it's a long period of time, I would think that the police might say, hey, it doesn't matter because you've probably sobered up a lot in the last 4 hours since the time of the accident. But if it's relatively short and you go to the police station and say, I'd like to take the test now, I would imagine they would probably accommodate you.
I follow a bunch of different lawyers. I see, and they're always throwing out stuff, and they say you should always refuse the field sobriety tests because it's going to work again. No way does it work in your favor.
Well, that's an automatic infraction. Just for doing that.
Just
I
for
think we
not
talked
doing
about
it?
that. For not doing it, for refusing a field sobriety test. But
every state's different.
But still, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's.
The penalties for refusing to take the test are less severe than the penalties that be imposed if you did take the test and you were found to be intoxicated. Right.
I think it's funny when they say, don't do the field sobriety test. I go, well, if you're drunk, you're not going to remember not to do it. You're going to try to, I'll do the...
I can do this.
The alphabet backwards? Sure. Z, M, Q, A... You're way off, so kind of thing. So that's what happened in Woonsocket back a couple of days ago. So
wow,
he was arrested. He'll be showing up in Rhode Island Traffic Tribunal. Shouldn't he be going some other courts as well, other than just the Traffic Tribunal, Bob?
Depending on what other charges they have against him, yes.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what they do have against him other than the traffic
we got driving with an invalid registration. We got the leaving the train lane of travel, a failure to require a seatbelt for a passenger, operating without insurance. There seems to be a lot of that. When these people are pulled over a lot.
And he didn't talk to Greg. Okay.
We get people who come in every week with letters from the registry. Hey, we found out you don't have insurance. You need insurance, and it's a common thing.
Did they ever come in and say, "Well, I've been
arrested"?
Well, yeah, or I've been hit with a DUI. Can I get insurance?
Well, they could, but it would be with a substandard carrier, and their rates would be
through the roof.
Yeah.
So, that's the isn't that like a double-edged sword then? You have to have insurance, but I can't afford the insurance because I've had this issue.
I know,
and now
it's crazy.
I get terrible coverage at an extremely high price. Well, why don't I just? I think that's what they're doing. I'm just going to take my chances.
Well, not only that, but the terrible coverage as a rate is more expensive than the expensive coverage. It's less of it, so it costs less money. But as a rate, the insurance companies don't like people who buy minimal limits.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it all comes down to don't drink and drive.
Right.
It's basically what we're coming down to on this kind of thing. All right, let's take a break here on the Coffee AM program. So, Greg, time for a second message from Chestnut Hill Insurance Group and Wealth Management.
Well, that was a great segue into what I was about to say here, and that's so there's a number of things that people are doing just in the regular course of life that they don't even think about that could potentially impact their improve their insurance premium. And a couple of those things are like if you needed a new roof on your house, you put a new roof on. Insurance companies love that. Worked on your electric panel, replaced your water heater, installed a new alarm system. All these things, when that information is provided to the insurance company, insurance companies will rewrite the policy at a much lower rate, just because of this stuff that you may not even know that you're making an impact on your insurance score. The other one, stop smoking, and I hate to say this because I know there's so many dog lovers, but get rid of your dog or your pet emu. And the reason why I say that is we had a guy come into our office, and he said, I asked him straight out, I said, do you have any dogs that bite? And he said, I do not. He said, I do not have a dog that bites. He said, that's not my dog. No.
That's right.
No, he said no. And the insurance company sent out an inspector, and come to find out, inspector? He was raising emus in his backyard.
Oh, well, he does have a dog that bites.
Which evidently are not the most friendly animals.
Liberty Insurance? The
guys ironically, they were not interested in insuring an emu.
Oh, gee.
So anyways, but the bottom line is that if you think you have one of these things that may reduce your score, call your agent or give me a call, and we will rerun your insurance to get you a better rate. Again, 401-562. 562.
I can tell you.
401-762-4500, which is only 50 points off from Bob's telephone number.
There you go. All right, more Coffee and is coming your way. Stick around.
OM 1240.
Your premier real estate expert is Scott McGee of the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties in North Smithfield. Scott has had extensive training and knows the latest real estate strategies. He can offer you knowledge and tools most other agents can't. To see the latest listings from the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties, visit this website, McGeeSoldMyHouse.com. Scott McGee of Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties can help you buy or sell your home. The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Worldwide.
All right, Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. My name is Joe Callahan here with Bob Lauder and Greg Agnone. This segment of Coffee and is sponsored by the Blackstone Valley Call-and-Times newspaper. Sue Tessie McKenzie could not be with us this week. Hope she's back with us soon as possible. Well, guys, isn't it very nice to actually see the sun and, and the blue sky?
Well, is that what that is? It looks like a red ball coming through the smoke.
The sun actually looks yellow today, like it's supposed to, as opposed to that orange circle that's been up in the sky for the last 2 days, coming through the smoke.
Right.
But the smoke has sort of tamped down the temperature around here.
Well, that's if you want to look at the bright side of it, yes.
Bright side through the smoke, right? Okay.
But and today, and you'll hear the forecast coming up. You can still run into, and you never see this in the weather forecast, but you may run into patchy smoke today. So it's still around. Okay. Not as bad as it was,
right?
But this morning it was nice to see some blue sky and the yellow sun as opposed to orange. So
wow.
So that was
it's
nice.
Amazing to me that a cloud of smoke can make it that far geographically and still kind of stay intact.
Yeah,
there must be a lot of did not dissipate.
Not dissipate at all.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how thick it must be?
It must be
at
very
the
thick.
source.
Where the fire is.
Right.
Yeah. And I saw a map. It was coming. And it's not just us. I mean, it was coming across the whole United States.
Right.
As soon as the smoke hit the Gulf Stream, everybody gets it.
Right.
It's like, wow. So
amazing.
Well, all right.
I asked my wife the other day if she'd like to go out with the convertible with the roof down. She didn't want to go because she thought she'd have to wear a mask.
That wasn't that bad. But it did. It looked like it was going to rain. And
You're right.
like, no, it's not. So okay. I was out at an event last night, and the people up on the stage were being funny. They said everything's gonna be fine with the smoke as long as you don't breathe and keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
All right, that's perfect. So that'll work out great. Up in Massachusetts, we got a wrong way driver.
Oh no.
On Route 290, which is a big thoroughfare up there in Northborough, Massachusetts, and it caused multiple crashes. 4 cars and a tractor trailer suffered moderate to severe damage in 2 crashes on Tuesday night, and 3 people hospitalized with injuries that were not considered life-threatening. 2 cars hit a guardrail while swerving to avoid the driver. They have not caught the wrong way driver. Usually they're caught like right away.
Usually they're in a hearse.
Yes.
That never usually ends well.
No, but they were able to get away. Now, they probably know the make and model of the car, so I'm sure they're zeroing in on it, but usually, yeah.
Well, so many cars have dash cameras now.
Yep.
Maybe some of them in that area.
And maybe the tractor trailer, they really have all that stuff, too.
They do.
Now, I'll ask you guys, have you ever been on a highway with a wrong way driver?
No.
Bob?
Thank God.
No, thankfully, no.
I have.
Oh, really?
It is bizarre. And it wasn't late at night.
Were they in the high-speed lane? Or
Yes.
was it? Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
It wasn't late at night. It was a beautiful Saturday afternoon, bright and sunny, about 1. And I was on Route 24 in Massachusetts.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Towards
And I was
Taunton.
going north, up through Brockton and going up towards Braintree. And I was in the middle lane of the highway. And the car in the high-speed lane passed me on the wrong side of the highway. And I didn't realize it until after she passed me. I said, that's not right.
Yeah.
He did get into an accident a little later on down the
you go.
road
Jeez.
on Route 24. So
I guess
it's bizarre to see.
They'd always think they're,
I'm
state,
wrong.
state of the right. So that means they'll probably always be in the high-speed lane, coming the wrong way.
They will be.
Yeah.
But if I stay to the right, I'm going I don't know if they were going slow or not, but
Right.
but I'm just glad I wasn't in the high speed lane at that particular time.
Jeez.
But it's a very weird feling.
Yeah. And
'Cause you just-
the individual going the wrong way apparently isn't aware of that and thinks he's on a much narrower road.
I never heard what happened. Were they under the influence of something, or just made a mistake, or were they very old or very inexperienced? I never heard any of that. I did hear there was an accident later on, so someone must have been in the high speed lane, couldn't get out of the way.
So many
crash.
entrance ramps now have signs on them that say "wrong way." If you are,
and that's good, but I don't know if people pay attention to those, because I always think about that. How did you get on the highway incorrectly? Didn't you see the flashing red, wrong way kind of thing? But they just ignored it.
Or those spikes they put in rental car places so you can't go in the wrong way. Have you ever seen those?
No.
They're like spikes that come up. That's what they need. So you can't go the wrong way on an on-ramp.
Oh, that's an idea.
Punch it destroys the tires, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, better than getting killed.
Well, yeah, which do you want? Right. All right, down here in Rhode Island, the AFL-CIO has declined to endorse a candidate for governor. Well, they were looking for to endorse a candidate for the Democratic primary. So, did they want to go with Governor Dan McKee, the incumbent? Did they want to go with Helena Foulkes? And there's a few others: Jonathan Coker, Stephen Gregerson, and Gregory Stevens. You get those mixed up. And they just said no. You can vote for them in the primary too on September 9th, by the way. They said no, we're not. The decision was announced following a closed-door meeting at its executive committee, and they represent 80,000 men and women in the state, the AFL-CIO, and they said either we can't come up with a majority, or what. So we won't endorse anybody.
The commercials on television have been disappointing in some ways. There was an article
For
in
who?
most primarily Governor McKee.
Okay.
There was an article in the Journal a couple of days ago, I think, from Mark Potemkin, talking about the commercials that he has that are knocking CVS at the same time that they're knocking
Who?
candidate
Right.
folks.
Yeah.
And
I heard about that.
the commercials are still running. I don't think they're terribly effective. And I wish that the governor would have commercials out that said, hey, these are the good things that I have done,
Right.
and this is why I should be reelected, as opposed to knocking
The candidate.
well,
Yeah.
knocking the candidate, but knocking
The candidate's
CVS as well.
previous company. Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
I know,
I
and
understand.
a lot of them are worried as the sitting governor, and you're knocking the biggest employer, biggest company in the state. What's going to stop them from saying, "Hey, we're leaving"?
Right.
if you don't
Right.
like us here,
Yeah.
fine. We'll do what the Pawtucket Red Sox did.
Right.
We'll just go across the border.
We'll be Hasbro.
We'll be Hasbro. We'll go to the Seaport District. How do you like that? So I can see where they're, knock it off.
Right.
Well, I don't think necessarily negative ads bring a whole lot of
Right,
voters
I
to
agree.
you. I think the things that are positive, this is what I've done. And I realize that he has a lot to overcome because the Washington Bridge has certainly tainted his image as the governor, whether or not he had a whole lot to do with it. But he's got to have done something good in the last few years that he can bring out and say, hey, these are the positive things that I've supported. These are the benefits that I brought to the state by being governor, and I should be reelected on those points.
Right.
So who's he listening to? His campaign
That's a good
people,
question.
his ad agency that said this is the best.
Well, I mean,
maneuver
I'm
right
sure.
now?
I'm
I
sure
would
they have
imagine.
a team of people. A committee that goes through this stuff. And it's interesting because I totally agree that negative advertising is not effective with me, anyways. Now, last time around, I don't know if you remember, he did a commercial with his mother. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
He's living with his mother.
That was
Yep.
good.
And I thought it was very heartwarming, and people kind of took to him with that, which is way better than just having a caricature of your opponent dancing around and slamming your previous employer.
Well, you know what else it's going to do? I'm speaking specifically of Helena Folks. She's going to be just rubbing her hands together. If you're going to do this, there's so much I can attack you on.
Yeah.
Starting with the bridge.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
we'll just start there and go nuts. So the other side will come out with their attack ads too.
Right.
But she has been running some ads that emphasize her good work with
Right
CVS,
now she has,
and
yes.
also bringing in her late mother and her family,
Yeah.
and showing pictures of the family, and trying to show that she's a caring individual.
That's right now. Wait till August.
Okay.
When remember the primary is September 9th, so we got a good 30 days in August.
And as far as the
Slam.
AFL-CIO, I'm sure they'll get solidly behind whoever gets the nomination.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point in time.
Well,
We'll just wait to see who
yeah.
it is. So, all right. So,
No, you don't think so, Bob?
yes, I think you're right.
Oh, okay.
all right. Let's see. Let's see. The tall ships are leaving Boston.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering,
Is it the end of the tour, or are they going somewhere else?
they're preparing to depart Boston Harbor today after a week of festivities. Most of the remaining 40 to 50 vessels will leave independently throughout the day. Spectators can watch from locations between Castle Island and Lewis Wharf. Several ships are scheduled to leave early this morning. Others will depart later. And yesterday was the final day for visitors to board the ships. It does not say where they are going, so I don't know where they're headed
Right.
next. South, north, I'm not sure. The beauty of the whole thing is my son got very lucky. He did not plan this. Him and his girlfriend went to a concert at Fenway Park.
Oh, Noah
Khan.
Noah Khan. Yep.
Big fan, Bob?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Who is Noah Khan?
He was just inducted into the Fenway Park Hall of Fame yesterday.
He's had a lot of shows there.
I had no idea who he was either.
Okay.
He's very big with the young people.
Yes.
My son loves him. My daughter thinks he's the bee's knees. He is. He's actually from New England too, Vermont or New Hampshire. I forget which one.
I like
he's
the
from.
Vaughn Monroe tribute band.
Yeah. The big band was not up on stage with these guys.
Ah.
But anyway,
No Tommy Dorsey?
I think it was this past weekend. Could have been Friday night or Saturday night. They bought tickets. Sellout, by the way. He had 4 shows at Fenway Park. They all sold out.
Great.
But anyway, so they had tickets. They went to it, had a great time, stayed in a hotel somewhere in Cambridge, and the tall ships were there the next day.
Oh,
so
nice.
they just, they came down on the train, so they just said, we'll go visit the tall ships. So he sent me pictures of them on some of the boats. There he is, pretending he's staring at. I'm staring the tall ship, and so it was really neat. And they had one with the girlfriend near a cannon that was pointing out the hull. So they had a great time going down and seeing the tall ships.
Fantastic.
I said because I could follow him on my phone, on whatever app that is,
right?
Saying where he is. He goes,
Find my phone.
Yeah. Oh, here he is at Castle Island, and now he's in Cambridge, and now he's over here, and so they're going to different viewing places. I don't know if I brought it up with you guys. Speaking of that app, I said this is back during World Cup time, and I'm looking to see where my daughter is, and she went to Patriot Place, and there it is on the app, and it's not Waze, it's something else, and it actually said Boston Stadium.
Oh, no kidding! They changed the name
in the app. Yeah. So, but I checked it yesterday because she went back to Fox Patriot Place, and of course, World Cup soccer games have ended over there, and it was switched back to Gillette Stadium.
Wow. How about that?
It's amazing how those things work.
But yet my Mercedes GPS system can't figure out that when you're heading south towards, where the old Route 195 used to veer off to the left instead of going past the hospitals, still doesn't know it's not there.
Stay to the left.
Yeah. That's how you end up in the wrong lane.
He's driving a Mercedes. Okay. Now I don't feel so bad about picking out the ESSO map and looking on seeing it that way.
The ESSO map.
So, but it amazes me that FIFA has so much power.
Yeah.
No, you will change the name on your app to Boston Stadium because that's what we want, and until we're done, and then they switched it back to Gillette Stadium.
Kind of connected. I just found out a gentleman who works for me. His daughter went to the Noah Khan concert.
Okay.
And I said, well, what are you worried about? You can track her. She's like 18 years old, 17 years old. I said, you can track her through the app. He says, oh, no, she figured out this thing where you can set a bubble so that it does not continue to follow you from that point. So she can put the bubble in her hotel room and then just travel wherever the heck she wants.
And you'll never know.
Never know.
Whoa. Technology is a wonderful thing.
I know.
All right, we're going to take a break in the Coffee AM program, and more is coming your way. This segment of Coffee AM was sponsored by the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times. It's time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Mattress Warehouse of Providence.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 83 degrees and patchy smoke in the atmosphere. A wind from the west up to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, areas of smoke before 3 a.m., mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming clear with an overnight low of 61 degrees. Friday's weather, sunshine and 82. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms late in the day, partly sunny before that with a high of 81 degrees. Saturday night, a 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 81. And Monday, sunny with a high of 80. Looking ahead to Tuesday, partial sunshine and 77. Wednesday, partial sunshine and 79 with a 50-50 chance of a shower.
All right, Dave, thanks. And currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio, right here on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, under the mostly sunny skies. Not too much smoke right now. We've got 72 degrees.
Buy one, get one free on select mattresses at Mattress Warehouse. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Enter to win a $100 gas card or a bed gear bundle. Plus, one lucky winner gets their purchase made free up to $5,000.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up gołąbki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
A visit to Six Flags New England is more than just a day at the park. It's a chance for any kind of fun seeker to find their kind of summer fun any time of day. Like a mid-morning splashdown soak, a 12 o'clock churro chomp, an afternoon rush on the all-new Quantum Accelerator coaster, or, if you're like me, all of the above. Join the fun with a gold membership for just $7 a month. Visit our website to get yours. After initial payment, plus applicable taxes and fees. Online only. Visit sixflags.com.
ON Radio.
It is Coffee and on ON, and we thank you for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Greg Agnone and Bob Lauder. And Bob, time for first message from your law office, please.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. I'd like to talk to you this morning about two recent cases decided by the Rhode Island State Supreme Court. The first is the case of Caudre Wilson versus Wilson, and it was decided on July 8th. If you remember, several weeks ago I discussed with you a case wherein a wife won over $1 million during the 20-day period between the time when the decision pending entry of final judgment was entered and the date whereupon the final judgment itself should have been entered. In the Wilson case, there wasn't $1 million in dispute, but rather the payment of pension and annuity benefits. The parties were divorced in 2010 and entered into a property settlement agreement. The agreement provided that the husband would transfer one half of his fully vested retirement plan through his employer to his wife by way of a quadro. Now, a quadro is a qualified domestic relations order, which is not only executed by the parties to the divorce, but also requires the advance acknowledgement and participation of the entity controlling the retirement benefits. The retirement plan of the husband included both pension benefits and an annuity, and the quadro was entered to divide the annuity. The husband began to receive his pension benefits in 2015, 5 years after the divorce, but he did not pay any of it to his former wife. In 2013, 13 years after the divorce, the wife filed a motion in the family court to reopen the divorce litigation and to enter the quadro dividing the pension. The husband objected to the motion, claiming that since more than 10 years had passed since the divorce, the time for reopening the case had passed. The family court judge disagreed. The family court judge ruled that the cause of action of the wife against the husband began when he first began receiving the payments and failed to pay his share to the sum. That was in 2015, and the motion of 2023 was in the 10 years of that date. Upon appeal, the Rhode Island State Supreme Court agreed with the judge of the family court. The case was reopened to secure the payment of the full sums to which the former wife was entitled. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. If you think my office may be assistant to your legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My telephone number is 762-4550. And the disclaimer, the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license or certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. Thank you.
I have to disagree with the judge. 13 years later, come on.
Yeah.
Well, he was only supposed to start paying in 2015. So that was within the 10 years, and he hadn't paid her a dime.
Years.
So,
yeah, well,
yeah, I would think that if he's liable for make the payments.
That's what the court said.
Yeah, I don't think the time should. But I'll tell you what, we handle a lot of quadros as far as reinvesting the money, and it's never ever an amicable situation. It is like really messy sometimes.
Brutal. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this off the air, so we'll bring it up now. And accordingly, and this is nothing against Taco Bell.
Oh, wait.
If you like their food, great. I am not a fan because I don't like Mexican food. That's just the way it is. But Taco Bell is reportedly being investigated as a possible source of the growing cyclopsoriasis outbreak. All right. The report initially in the Washington Post says the outbreak may be tied with lettuce and other items in Taco Bell food. Not in this area, though. In recent days, signs appeared at a Detroit area Taco Bell restaurants notifying customers that the locations could not serve. And if they can't serve all this stuff, why are you going to Taco Bell? We're not serving lettuce, cilantro, onions, pico de gallo. I don't even know what that is. And guacamole because of a national recall. So what do you get? You get the shell.
You get nachos, chips, and some ground beef.
Some ground beef with some spices in it. And here you go.
Yeah, crazy.
There's your taco.
You go to an English restaurant.
What's that?
Go to an English restaurant.
Well, you can't get tacos there.
No, mutton pie and things like that. Yeah.
There are now nearly 7,000 cases of this stomach bug across 34 states. The investigation reportedly involves both federal and state health officials. The FDA has not announced a recall involving Taco Bell. They're doing it on their own.
Interesting.
So, I don't know if it's nationwide or if it's just in the Detroit, Michigan area.
Good point. I'm trying as you're talking, speaking through that. I'm thinking, okay, Taco Bell stock shorting, but I think they're actually part of Yum Brands, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think they are.
Yeah,
with KFC,
and a few of the others. Another one.
But it's called Yum, Y-U-M Brands.
That's the name of the company.
It's pretty inventive.
Yum brands.
I saw when they were talking about the outbreak of this, there was people on television saying you should not buy packaged salads.
Yes,
and
the bagged lettuce.
There was one woman who was expressing how you would clean lettuce, and it wasn't not only that you wash the leaves, but that you discard the outer shell of leaves so that you get down to the heart of the lettuce before you start even considering to eat it.
So what do you wash it with?
Water.
Water.
Straight water. That gets rid of.
What's in the straight water?
I mean, but does it get rid of
I don't know.
pesticides and?
Are you supposed to use hot water?
I don't know. That's
to
it.
wash your lettuce instead of cold.
Soap and water? Dove?
Yum yum.
Dove.
You know, I don't think we're going to accept any invitations to his house.
We're having a special cook-off
Interesting,
this week. Taco
interesting
Bell
taste.
And, Caesar salad.
But the jokes going around online are pretty funny. You know, I've been told my entire life, eat healthy, eat lettuce.
Yeah, right.
And now lettuce is the thing that's going to take me out.
That's it. Bacon and eggs every morning.
As I said, you know, you never hear about these things with Oreo cookies.
Thank goodness.
There's never an issue of listeria or any kind of bizarre outbreak that's going to cause you to be in the hospital. Or Twinkies, you know?
Don't diss Oreo cookies. You know,
No, I love
have to be
Oreo
some
cookies.
staples of life that you can rely upon.
I love Oreo cookies.
So do I.
But,
So do you eat them whole or do you take them apart?
What? Take them apart?
Take them apart and
Oh, some
scrape
people-
A
them.
heretic?
No, some people do that, Bob.
They take them apart.
You unscrew them,
yeah.
You scrape the
the
frosting
cream.
off with your teeth and
and then you put the two cookies together and just eat the cookie. So I don't like that. 'cause I like
This
the
is
cream of the
heresy,
cookie.
man. This is just
Heresy.
not
No,
right.
no, some people do that. So-
variety's the spice of life.
Now, do you go? Let's find out from Bob. Bob, do you go with the regular Oreos, the double stuff, or there's a third choice now? If you go in the cookie aisle, the mega stuff.
Oh,
The mega stuff is really good.
really?
Yes.
I grew up with the regular ones.
Okay.
Those are the ones I remember going home after school, sitting at the kitchen table, eating the Oreos, looking at Life magazine. Yeah,
Okay, regular.
not changing.
You know
that.
you
All
can get chocolate covered Oreos at
Yes.
different like fairs and stuff.
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
You can get them in the store too.
Oh, can you? Okay. I
And
didn't
deep
know that.
fried it.
You can deep fry it
something
or
like that.
deep fried
deep
Oreos.
fried. Yeah, right.
They also have, and if you like these, great. I don't. They're called Oreo Thins, and they're very little cream, very big on the cookie. Of course, it's less sugar.
Yeah.
Supposedly healthier for you, but nah.
Hey, if
nah.
you're eating Oreos, you're not looking at the health
right.
part. You're looking at the I like
right.
this stuff part.
All right, I saw this story yesterday online. Had to laugh. A South Florida woman has become a local celebrity because she got new license plates. This is important. She's 77. Why she had to get new plates, I don't know. But
All right.
she says she lives in a older community. So her new license plate, she says, to her, it's very embarrassing.
Okay.
She didn't pick this out. It was just given to her. Okay. She received it was a state issued tag, and the letters are SQZ. All right. Dash. The letter A. 55. So Bob's going to write this down.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you get it?
Yes. Now
Bob's
I
got
do.
it. Greg.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, the SQZ is squeeze,
Okay, I get that.
and the 5 from a distance look like S's. I said, this is so funny.
Sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
That's right. And they said, she's not amused.
Wow.
And she's like, oh, I can't drive around with this. What are my friends gonna think?
That's
kind
funny.
of thing. It looks like an inappropriate phrase because the 5s resemble the letter S. Broward County, Florida, has offered to replace the plate at no cost, so that's nice. Her name is Nancy Dello Stritto. Says her sons and their friends think she should keep it.
I was wondering how many people
not?
would be applying to the registry to get that.
Yeah, well, can I have that if she
Yes.
doesn't want it? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
or something similar. And so yeah, I did see a video of it, and when they showed it from a distance, not that far back,
Right.
but if you went back 5 feet, 7 feet, that's exactly what it looked like.
That's funny.
I could not tell that they were supposed to be 5s.
Yeah.
And I'm like that. I said, and I thought to myself, why does she want a license plate that says that?
Right.
Oh, she doesn't.
Didn't they at one point make license plates in prison?
Yes.
That was
you're
always the
right.
joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the New Hampshire state motto is what? Live free or die. So you got guys printing that all day who are not living free. So did the suicide rate go up when they started making plates? I don't know.
Who makes license plates nowadays?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I don't know if they do that in there. And Bob, did you hear the Wyatt Detention Center had to file bankruptcy protection?
I saw that.
Chapter 11.
That was amazing.
They owe $100 million to creditors.
I don't know how that's possible.
$100 million? Wow.
I don't know how that's possible.
I would have thought that because they were taking prisoners from the federal government.
They are. Why aren't you getting paid?
I would have thought that they were taking the maximum amount they would be allowed. And that's
Is the
surprising.
government not paying them? I don't know. We still don't have any answers to this. Why do you owe $100 million to your creditors?
I think the cable bill went up.
That's quite possible.
I'm sure they're not.
And no one told them?
They're not feeding them lobster there. I'm sure. So.
Well, we had
that's crazy.
we had Amanda LaRose on from Navigant Credit Union yesterday, and she's their credit person. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "This didn't happen overnight. Something's been going on for years.
Yes.
For this to happen. What? So
and to have $100 million or $1 million in debt.
Yeah.
You're not borrowing money, probably. You're just running credits with people.
But how are they paying their creditors? Like I said, the people that are delivering food have got to be paid for the food they're delivering there. And I just use that as one example.
Right.
How are you paying them? Out of your pocket?
That's a good question.
How are you paying payroll?
I'm sure any forensic accountant who looked at their books, would have identified, like the guest said yesterday, over a period of time. That doesn't happen like in the last quarter.
Yeah. No, right. We don't know. All right, let's take a break on the Coffee AM program. So, Bob, it's back to you for a second message from your law office, please.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. The second case I'd like to discuss with you this morning involves disruptive noises from property adjoining that of the plaintiff. And it's the case of Carlson versus Agavan. Now, this is different from the famous Herzer case in Austria in the last century, which lasted over 7 years of litigation and involved a nightingale singing in a cage on a windowsill. In the Carlton case, approximately 3 years after the plaintiffs had purchased their home, construction began in an adjoining lot, which resulted in loud construction-related noises, including hammering, vehicle alarms, and machinery linked to crane operated on the property. The plaintiffs filed a complaint in the Superior Court, seeking both damages and injunctive relief for the private nuisance. A hearing was held, first on the plaintiff's petition for the injunction prohibiting the defendants from making the noise. The plaintiffs and their witnesses testified that the noises were intolerable and detrimental to their use and enjoyment of their home, affecting their emotional well-being and their daily activities. After a multi-day trial on the issue of the injunction, the Superior Court found that the plaintiffs had established a likelihood of success on their nuisance claim, irreparable harm that the balance of equities favored the plaintiffs, and that the injunctive relief would preserve the status quo until such time as the court adjudicated the damages portion of the claim. The court issued the preliminary injunction prohibiting the defendants from harassing, filming, or interfering with the plaintiffs' enjoyment of their property, and from conducting activities that violated the city's noise ordinance and unreasonably interfered with the plaintiffs' use of their home. The defendants filed an appeal to the state Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that the Superior Court did not abuse its discretion in granting the preliminary injunction. It found that the requirements for such relief, including the likelihood of success, irreparable harm, balancing of equities, and preservation of the status quo, were properly considered and satisfied. This is Attorney Bob Lauder. If you think my office may be of assistance to you in legal matters, please call me for an appointment. My telephone number is 762-4550. In the disclaimer, the Supreme Court of Rhode Island licenses all attorneys in the general practice of law. The court does not license or certify any attorney as an expert or specialist in any field of practice. And I might add that this last case that I discussed also appeared on the front page of today's Providence Journal because the plaintiffs are apparently well known in the music field.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So if you want to read more about it, it's in the Projo, right? All right, very good. More of the Coffee AM program is coming up. Stay tuned.
Your station for news and sports. ON 1240.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Hi, it's Alex with Rebuild Woonsocket Community Movement. We've spent years building people power to fight for climate action, housing and healthcare for all, and social progress in our great city. And we need your help. Click our ad at woonsocketradio.com to join the movement today.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning. Joe Callahan here with Bob Lauder and Greg Agnone. So this is a pretty cool piece of memorabilia. We had the Tyrannosaurus Rex that went up for auction. Sotheby's, it went for $50 million.
Yeah.
I'm like, where in the world? Where do you put it? That's right. But now that this not quite as much money, but nearly 24 pieces of baseball and presidential history have fetched big money on the auction block. A collection of baseballs autographed by every president since Teddy Roosevelt, sold for more than $3 million on Tuesday.
Wow.
So that's pretty
incredible.
cool.
Yeah.
Hunt Auctions says the consignor collected the balls for over 30 years. All have been deemed authentic, and some even include letters detailing their history.
Wow.
So something? It was Teddy Roosevelt and FDR and John Kennedy that signed all these baseballs. I guess it's right up to Trump. It doesn't say. It just says every president since Teddy Roosevelt.
I don't think Trump would sign a baseball, though. He'd probably sign like a bigger ball, the biggest ball ever. Everybody agrees it would have to be the biggest ball.
It's going to be huge.
Huge ball.
But $3 million. Well, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Nice chunk of money right there.
Pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Down in Tennessee, a Tennessee woman has been arrested again in a hoarding case that involves animals. She was arrested in 2019. She had over 200 animals on her property.
Oh, my goodness.
It's 2026. We're 6 years later. She was arrested again. She has over 100 animals now on her property. Dogs, kittens, birds, and gerbils.
No emus.
No emus.
Okay.
They're way too big, way too nasty.
Oh, from what I understand.
Those are not fun birds.
No.
Investigators and animal welfare partners work to evaluate the condition of the animals, and they say they're leading the rescue and need all of the assistance they can get as they'll be looking to house these animals someplace else. But you think, okay, you get charged once. I guess there's a mental health issue going on here.
I would definitely think so.
That you just collect animals and collect animals.
So what's the current? What's the current amount again?
This one is just the first time it was over 200 animals.
Yeah.
Now 6 years later, it's over 100. But it doesn't say the exact amount.
I'm surprised neighbors didn't notice the accumulation and notify the authorities ahead of time.
Maybe it's Tennessee, so maybe she's on a farm.
Could be.
And the next neighbor's half a mile down the road and doesn't bother them. So
could be.
I don't know. It doesn't say.
They weren't large animals either. Gerbils.
These are all small.
Yeah.
You never know the size of the dog, but right. If it was an emu, you would
be a problem.
Really, they were raising. What do you raise emus for?
I don't know, but he showed me an egg, and it was enormous. And I said,
Yeah.
"You don't eat that, do you?" And he said, "No, I don't eat it. It's just a pet." He's kind of a strange dude.
Oh, okay.
If he's listening,
there was an article on the news several days ago about a turtle that had been confined to a cellar for about 50 years, and it's finally been released and
into the wild.
Had been eating cat food that was provided by the owner.
Oh, okay.
But it's finally getting more acclimated to being what turtles should be doing.
You see people that raise llamas and things like that, but I can see that because we're going to shear them and sell the wool.
Right.
for stuff.
Yeah.
So, but what do you do with an emu?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah?
To tell you the truth, it was just a pet. Yeah.
All right.
Well, the guy on television, he has him out on the
I
golf
know.
course. He has him playing tennis. I mean,
That's a funny. That's a funny one. They don't know how to play tennis, do they? Not at all.
No.
All right. Things you got to be look out for especially if you're a parent with young kids. A soccer coach in Fairfax County, Virginia. Is that where your school was, Bob?
no, I was down in Lexington, Virginia, in Rockbridge County.
Okay. Well, the coach is facing charges allegedly scamming the soccer players. 31-year-old Ahmed Mohammed started the Sporting Soccer Academy in 2025 and collected nearly $60,000 from players, well, really from their parents, by promising a travel summer camp to Italy. It sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
Authorities say the amount Mohammed scammed players out of is likely higher as more victims keep coming forward. Mohammed has been taken into custody on 13 counts of embezzlement and 13 counts of computer fraud. The Alexandria Soccer Association, where Mohammed was previously employed, stated that his alleged conduct did not involve their programs or operations. It was something he was doing on the side by himself. So
Wow.
you gotta be careful. And why would you have to go all the way to Italy for your summer camp?
Well, I think the enjoyment of having the trip overseas. And
Good question.
I know, but
Italy probably has better soccer teams to watch than
I
we
know.
do in the U.S.
But I know nieces and nephews and my kids that are involved in youth sports and travel teams and things like that. And the farthest they ever went was Connecticut. My niece is a little better at softball. She's actually going to Tennessee. None of this were going overseas.
Right. I went to
Kinda
Canada
stuff.
once to play hockey, but
Did you?
But that was it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was pretty cool.
High school or college?
It was high school. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And say from the Whoops department, a Canton, Ohio man has sustained a gunshot wound Sunday night, is now facing weapons charges. So not only did he get shot, he's facing charges. Police say the 19-year-old man was somehow shot in the butt while handing a firearm to another individual. Here you go. Bang. Ow.
Was
He
he
shot himself
handing
in
it
the
behind
butt.
his back? Or what?
Handing the fire. Okay.
Police spotted a stolen AK-47 rifle while responding to the scene. The man has now been charged with negligent assault and receiving stolen property.
Wow.
An AK-47 is a large weapon.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
It's like
Isn't that an automatic weapon?
it's,
I mean,
It might be
it's
semi-automatic.
Yeah.
a foot and a half, 2 feet long. It's
Yeah,
not
so he's
something
using-
easily. How in the world did
So
he shoot
he's
himself?
using
in the-
two hands. Well, is his finger on the trigger? Is he handing it to somebody else?
I don't know.
Did he
And
drop
he's-
it?
Didn't say he dropped it, but he's handing it with the butt end of the rifle to you. Mm-hmm. So the other end is pointing towards me.
Loaded without the safety on.
Loaded, yeah, and bang, shoots himself in the butt. He's probably going to need stitches. He's probably going to need stitches.
I would guess.
among other things. And now he's got charges to worry about.
There you go.
All right, you guys going to go see the movie The Odyssey?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
I've never heard of it.
That was quick. Well, it was from. You had to read it. In
Oh,
school.
the classic.
It's that Odyssey.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they want a big. They're expecting to get a huge start at the box office this weekend. The film is expected to make between $90 and $100 million in its debut. I don't know how they think this, because the movie's very long. It's 3 hours. It's a long time to sit in the theater.
Sure.
To watch this thing. But they think that's what they're going to do. If it hits $100 million, it will be the third to do so this year after Toy Story 5 and the Super Mario Galaxy movie. The movie is the first ever to be entirely shot with IMAX cameras and will benefit financially from premium format options, including 70mm screens, which I guess makes the film look better up on the big screen and probably decent sound. But
Now, there's an IMAX theater down in Providence, isn't there?
used to be.
But
was there one at Providence Place?
ever
There
since
used to be. I don't think there is anymore.
Yeah.
Lincoln Mall doesn't have the cinema anymore. I don't know where your
The
closest movie theater
closest
is.
IMAX I can think of, and they might not even have it anymore, used to be Jordan's Furniture
Right.
in Avon,
That's right.
Massachusetts. They
Yeah.
had an IMAX screen,
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they do.
and maybe they still do.
I don't know.
But it's not going to make me go out of the way
No, I doubt if I'll see it.
to go
Have
see
you ever
it.
been to the Sphere in Las Vegas?
No,
No.
I've
That
seen
is- that is
I've
like
seen wild stuff that happens
IMAX
there.
times 10.
Yeah,
It's really incredible.
I've seen a video of
Is that
them.
360 degrees completely surrounded?
Yeah,
or something like
just
that?
totally around. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like wild animals just like running by your seat, and you can feel them and go by with the breeze and whatnot.
I've seen them when they've shown the Wizard of Oz there.
Oh yeah.
And so when the twister hits,
right.
It's like you're in the tornado.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything's flying around in the wind and things like that. So
it's crazy.
It's quite the experience. I would love to go at some point, but it's a long ways away, way out there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We got a few more minutes to go before we got to wrap things up. Oh, I got to wrap things up soon. Anything? There was something else I wanted to bring up. No, that wasn't it. We had Legionnaire's disease found in Providence, but it's elsewhere. 76 buildings in Manhattan have tested positive for the Legionella bacteria. So it's not just down here. So be careful.
I hadn't heard it was back again. I remember it in '76 when we had the
they found
first
it.
outbreak.
We had the story. About 50 cases of Legionnaire's disease happens every year in the state of Rhode Island. You don't hear too much about it because it's only 50.
Right.
So we get it. It's every year. It's just not this massive outbreak. They had a situation with one of the buildings in Providence that they were filtering out the water again, but I didn't know. This is the first time. Cooling towers at 76 buildings on Manhattan's Upper East Side have now tested positive for this bacteria.
Wow.
So something to be
watch
aware
out.
If you
Always something. It's just a matter of time before the mosquitoes come out and Tripoli and.
They've already come out.
Have they?
West Nile virus. Oh yeah. All right, that wraps it up for the show for today. Thanks for listening. Bob, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me. Hope Sue is here soon.
We hope so, too. Greg, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And this is Joe Callahan. Have a great day, everyone. Stay out of the smoke, if you can. And stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember coming up after the 9 o'clock news here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.